Eevee, a well-known Pokemon beloved for its unique ability to evolve into 8 completely different creatures. This little fluff pile and its evolutions represent the quintessential spirit of Pokemon in a way similar to starters, choosing and connecting with who you resonate with the best, presented in a very direct way. Eevee and its evolutions have unquestionably left a huge impression on the fanbase. Everyone loves these, and they're some of the most popular Pokemon in the franchise. It makes a ton of sense why these vague creatures that embody both feline and canine qualities are effortlessly appealing. Every single new generation comes with a hopeful suspense of more Eevee evolutions representing new types. And sadly, it's been quite some time since we've gotten a new one, and it's a real shame considering there are so many other types that would make incredible Eeveelutions. It almost seems like Game Freak's sitting on this goldmine of design for when they really need it, but I do think we'll get more of them in time. And hey, maybe in 20 years or so, we'll have all 18 types. Please God, don't mess up the bug type, but also I need it. Hell, even others. Poison, Steel, Dragon, Ghost. I'm frothing at the mouth just envisioning them, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. But for now, let's take a look at what we already have, Eevee and the Eeveelutions. Eevee. The evolution Pokemon. Eevee is a small, fluffy dog-like Pokemon who's gotten a lot more exposure lately and is quickly being treated as one of the major mascots of the series. Eevee's name comes from evolution. Eevee's DNA is unstable. Their surroundings and other stimulus will affect how they grow, and they'll evolve in many different ways to adapt to their environments. It's unknown why only Eevees have such unstable genes, and the answer may help solve the mystery of Pokemon evolution. Eevee are quite rarely found, and their genetic compositions are so easily influenced they'll even start to look like their trainers. Eevee is a pretty cute little creature. The fluffy neck fur makes it look really cuddly, and it's easy to see having one as a pet. The chocolate brown color suits it well, and all of its features are very simple and create something very easy to look at and appreciate. Personality-wise, Eevee is fine. The games have been playing up its cuteness a lot more lately. And while it is cute, it's not really my kind of cute. But it's very solid and likable all the same. Eevee has been given a lot more attention in the games lately, and while that's a wise decision considering its simple appeal, I would say that the main reason people love Eevee is because of its entire multiple evolution gimmick, and less because of Eevee itself. I just think the right way to play up the Eevee fan service is to grace it with some more killer evolutions. Shiny Eevee looks actually really nice. It's an attractive shade of white, and by far the most exciting thing about snagging one of these is getting to choose from 8 different shiny evolutions. A lot of them suck, but even if you didn't evolve it, this is a classy coloration. Eevee was also smacked with the Gigantamax bat, and seeing how it turned out, it got hit pretty hard. Gigantamax Eevee is a huge poofy mess and almost looks like a joke design. Did we really need this? Did this poof monster have to be here? It feels unnecessarily pandering and comes off as filler. But happily, that fluff lord's out of the way, and we can continue on to the awesome and proper Eeveelutions. When Eevee is exposed to a shimmering water stone, it evolves into Vaporeon, the Bubble Jet Pokemon. As the water-type Eevee, Vaporeon's form is very mermaid-like, but it retains its feet to allow it to live on the land as well. Vaporeon's name comes from vapor and eon, referencing the great span of time evolution can take. Vaporeon's cells are similar to water molecules, allowing it to become invisible in the water. It will erase its presence to avoid enemies and hunt for fish Pokemon. The fin can detect moisture and will vibrate hours before rainfall. It uses this fin to swim skillfully and is easily mistaken for a mermaid. Vaporeon prefers to live on beautiful shorelines and uses its gills to live in clean water. No surprise here, Vaporeon has an unbelievably good design. This is a beautiful creature. The neck frill, tail, and ears are very distinct and come together to create a really appealing and interesting aquatic animal. For a long time, this was the closest we had to a proper mermaid Pokemon, and it owned that role well. Water is by far the most populated type, but Vaporeon still stands out and is one of their best designs. It's easily one of the standout Eevee evolutions, and definitely the most beloved of the original 3. And that bit about dissolving into water is one of those classically inspired and unique traits a lot of Pokemon have. It's awesome. This thing is awesome. Shiny Vaporeon is an unattractive shade of purple. I don't care for it. When Eevee is exposed to a lustrous thunderstone, it evolves into Jolteon, the lightning Pokemon. Jolteon loses the tail and sports spiky, needle-like fur with a nice sheen. Its name comes from Jolt and Eon. Jolteon's cells and lungs generate electricity. It collects negative ions from the atmosphere to let loose devastating 10,000-volt lightning bolts. It's a sensitive Pokemon that can easily get sad or upset, so it can be difficult to grow close to one. Whenever its mood changes, it charges electrical power, which cause the bristly hairs on its body to stand on end like sharp needles. These hairs, as well as Jolteon's breathing, release a constant crackling noise, and the charged fur can be fired off in bursts like missiles. Of the 3 original Eevee evolutions, Jolteon has always been my favorite. This is one of the most endearing Pokemon I've ever seen, and his design is wicked appealing. Look at how cute and sweet he can be. The spiky fur and ears create such a sleek and cool design. The yellow colors play beautifully with the black and white. Its abilities are clearly communicated just by its features, and it's not bogged down with any noisy design elements. Jolteon is superb, and like Vaporeon, is an absolute standout of its type. I absolutely love it. Shiny Jolteon is pretty cruddy though, and just kind of drapes him in a faded lime color. It's weak, and could be so much nicer in other colors. When Eevee is exposed to a vibrant Firestone, it evolves into Flareon, the flame Pokemon. Flareon adopts a whole lot of fluff and is by far the most forgettable of the original trio. Flareon's name comes from Flare and Eon. Flareon has a flame pouch inside its body that it stores air in. The thermal energy produced can cause its body temperature to reach over 1,600 degrees. It will fluff out its fur to release some of the heat and not get too hot. If a Flareon inhales deeply, it's a sign that it's about to breathe flames that can reach over 3,000 degrees. Man, they really like throwing big numbers around. Irritation will cause its flame pouch to ignite, and it will burn prey and berries until they're well done for consumption. This poor thing. Forever the least popular of all the Eevee evolutions, it's considered a joke in the community at this point. I think this is a solid and attractive design. The colors look nice, and the fluff makes for a very cuddly Pokemon. It's fitting for the fire type, and has lovely black eyes capping it all off, but it's just kind of boring? I don't know. What is likely the biggest reason is its very poor in-game utility and competitive viability over the years. But the appearance definitely plays a factor in things too. Flareon is just less interesting compared to a lot of the other Eevee evolutions. It could be cooler. It could be cuter. I've heard it's been getting a little better in the games, which is nice to see. Perhaps one day it'll be looked at as one of the best, but probably not. Shiny Flareon is abysmal. A truly perfect example of a poor shiny Pokemon. How cool would it have looked with a bluish, almost spectral kind of coloration? That'd get more people on the Flareon train. When Eevee feels true happiness towards its trainer during the daytime, it will evolve into Espeon, the sun Pokemon. Espeon is purple, exudes powerful psychic abilities, and has a double-tipped tail. Espeon's name comes from ESP, which stands for extrasensory perception, which is more regularly known as the sixth sense, referring to its psychic powers. Espeon uses its sensitive, velvety fur to read shifts in the air, allowing it to foresee its opponent's moves and the weather. Its forked tail will quiver whenever it's predicting. The orb on its forehead will glow when it uses its psychic abilities, and it will grow dull when it's exhausted. Espeon bathes in sunlight to build its psychic power, and isn't good at battling at night. It's extremely loyal to trainers it finds worthy, and it's even been said that Espeon developed its psychic abilities to protect them as well as itself. Espeon's design really nails it. What a beautiful Pokemon. That shade of purple is gorgeous, and the wise look in its face makes for a creature you want on your side. The ears and tail are lovely and complement the simple look elegantly. In fact, elegant sums up Espeon perfectly. This thing's elegant. Eleganteon. It portrays feline qualities much stronger than any of the others and is relaxed and cool. An exceptional psychic type Eevee evolution and a fan favorite for sure. Shiny Espeon has its lovers and haters, and I totally get both sides. This shade of green is a bit garish, but I kind of like it too. It's at least a significantly different take, and the green does leave a pretty cool alien-like impression. It's a fun way to look at it. When Eevee feels true happiness towards its trainer during the nighttime, it will evolve into Umbreon, the moonlight Pokemon. Umbreon adopts a black and yellow coloration that pairs nicely with its fierce disposition and dark typing. Umbreon's name comes from umbra, the Latin word for shadow or ghost. Umbreon is nocturnal and at home in the darkness, blending in with its black fur waiting for its prey. It evolved this way from exposure to the moon's waves and can see clearly even in pitch black. When it's excited or leaps to attack, the ring patterns on its body glow ominously with mysterious power, striking fear into the hearts of anyone nearby. When angered, Umbreon will secrete a poisonous sweat to spray into its opponent's eyes. Umbreon easily takes the cake as the #1 Eevee evolution. Just look at it. Incredibly cool. What an ideal creature to have as a pet. I feel like this one's pretty self-explanatory. Black and yellow is an attractive color combination, and the wise red eyes stand out gorgeously against its dark fur. The smooth ears and tail create a really sleek, yet cuddly look. The simplicity of this design is just fantastic. I absolutely love it. It is a standout of the Dark-type Pokemon, and one of the best Generation 2 designs. Espeon and Umbreon make a great and iconic pair together, perfect for two trainers that represent yin and yang. Shiny Umbreon changes the yellow for a glowy light blue, which looks wonderful against the black fur. I'm so happy they didn't mess this one up. It's absolutely beautiful, and a great pick if you have a shiny Eevee. When Eevee is exposed to a mossy leaf stone, it evolves into Leafeon, the verdant Pokemon. Being a grass-type Eevee, Leafeon's crinkly tail and ears resemble leaves, combining flora and fauna in an effortless way. Leafeon's name comes from leaf and eon. Leafeon's cellular structure is closer to a plant's than an animal's. It collects nutrients and produces energy through photosynthesis, leaving the air surrounding it clear and pure. Leafeon sleeps in the sunshine and tends to live in quiet, deep forests. Younger Leafeons smell like fresh grass, while older ones give off a fragrance reminiscent of fallen leaves, even inspiring perfumes based on the scent. Leafeon doesn't like to fight, but will protect those it cares about. Its tail can be sharpened like a blade, with a strong enough cutting edge to slice through trees. This is one of the coolest descriptions of a Pokemon we've talked about yet. Leafeon sounds like a badass, and its design is to no one's surprise absolutely remarkable. The natural looking features and colors are lovely, and the creased tail and ears are so crisp. Grass has always been one of my favorite types. Thinking about it, it's actually pretty surprising that they didn't work any kind of flowers or plants into its look. You know, beyond the leafy textures. It's easy to assume going in that direction when you add grass to something, but again, that highlights how minimalist Eevee designs tend to be, and goes to show how well considered they are that they show off the type well regardless. Weirdly, I like shiny Leafeon, and I know it goes into the whole very similar to its basic color category, but what can I say? It's an attractive shade of green and nicely vibrant. Can you imagine an autumn-colored one, though? That would be freaking fantastic. When Eevee is exposed to a frosty ice stone, it evolves into Glaceon, the fresh snow Pokemon. Glaceon's blue, delicate body and teal head crest inspire visions of a gentle snowfield and represent the ice type really well. Glaceon's name comes from glacier and eon. Glaceon can control its body temperature and lower it to -75 degrees Fahrenheit, instantly freezing its surroundings and manipulating its atmosphere. Doing this causes moisture in the air to turn into a snowy, diamond dust flurry. Its fur will also freeze into sharp, spiky icicles it can tackle with or fire off. It's easy to be captivated by the beautiful snowfall Glaceon creates, and they're popular at ski resorts. Glaceon is one of the more low-key, or in other words, forgettable Eevee evolutions. Like Flareon, it's not fantastic when it comes to battles, but it does have a very cute and attractive design. These shades of blue are pretty, and the quiet dignity it carries fits the ice type really well. The diamond patterns on its body pull everything together, and it's pretty cute that it almost looks like it's wearing little winter booties. Glaceon's never really done too much for me. It's a solid member of the group, but just kind of brings little to the table, comparatively at least. Don't take that the wrong way, I do like it, and would consider it one of the best ice-type Pokemon. Like Leafeon, shiny Glaceon is very similar to the original, and is just a lighter coloration. It looks enchanting, but again, would probably be much more impressive if they went for something totally different. When Eevee feels true happiness towards its trainer, and knows a fairy-type move, it will evolve into Sylveon, the intertwining Pokemon. Sylveon is currently the last of the Eevee evolutions, and was also the first Pokemon to premiere the fairy typing. Sylveon's name likely comes from Sylvan, a word which means to associate with woodlands, a common habitat for fairies in storybooks. Sylveon uses its ribbon-like feelers to release a soothing, hostility-erasing aura, calming others and ceasing conflict. This will cause prey to let down their guard, allowing it to attack. Sylveon will wrap its feelers around its trainer's arm to walk together with them, allowing them to read their feelings. During combat, Sylveon will unflinchingly rush down Dragon-type Pokemon many times larger than itself. There's even a Galarian fairy tale describing a beautiful Sylveon conquering a menacing dragon Pokemon. Here's another Eevee evolution that nails it. The bows and ribbons being a part of its natural body sells the concept nicely, and the way the ribbons are integrated into how it interacts with the world is an inspired and clever idea. Again, this is the kind of stuff Pokemon is best at. It really helps round out the Eeveelution color palette too, and its personality stands out from the rest, which is surprising considering there's so many of them already. Sylveon is almost panderingly cute, but all these design elements work together a lot better than you'd think on paper. It's beautifully executed and quickly became a fan favorite. It's a shame it doesn't have a counterpart of its own, and would have paired nicely with a Dragon-type Eevee. Shiny Sylveon swaps the blue and pink colors, which is a really fun idea for a shiny. It looks marvelous and is definitely one to consider for a shiny Eevee. One of the most impressive strengths of the Eevee evolutions is the tight balance of distinct types, personalities, and forms, while also containing similar design ideas and clearly being related to each other. The Eeveelutions are awesome, and each one of them come together to create a Pokemon family unlike any other. Of all the Pokemon we looked at today, Vaporeon, Jolteon, Espeon, Umbreon, and Leafeon will be added to the board of my favorite Pokemon. Dang, this is gonna fill up real fast at this rate. I'm excited for the future. I'm excited for more Eevee evolutions. I hope that they have the level of spot-on design that these do, while also being unique in their own ways. It's a shame the momentum of them has slowed down so much, but I believe they could rear their heads at any moment. It's important to remember that cute Pokemon are cute, and every Pokemon is someone's favorite. Which Eevee evolution is your favorite? Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time for more Pokemon reviews.